What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host Josh, and we are here for another match preview of the upcoming game between Canada and Jamaica for the World Cup qualifying. It is going to be a fun little preview, and for it we brought another CONCACAF Council member. It is JD from iMAXit Football, so we're really excited to have him back on here. We're going to break down the lineup, we're going to break down the game, some key matchups, and of course give you guys our predictions. So if you guys are excited for another little match preview here, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get into it now. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have brought another guest on the channel, another familiar and friendly face. He may not be in the best of moods though. It is JD from iMAXit Football. JD, how you doing today?
Well, I'm here, as you said, I'm not in the best mood because I just had to do a complete 4-hour ranting video on my channel because it's very sad. Never expected United States to look so good against Jamaica, you know, because even though it's a depleted Jamaican squad, I expected to see some fighters somewhat, but they have dominated in every single category. And to be honest, we should have been lucky to come up that field losing only 2-0 because we should have been 10 man down within 15 seconds. So to be honest, the referee kept us in the game. I have to be straight, you know. So it's very sad. It's very sad. That's all I have to say. So I'm not in the best mood, but as you know, we have to do our job because we are committed to the cause.
I like it. I respect it, JD. And yeah, let's touch on that because obviously both of us are coming off of matches last night. We're going to focus firstly on the Jamaica match against the US, and I don't want to get you too much into detail because you went on your rant, but I want to know what the biggest issue you think is with this squad. Is it the imbalance? Is it the coaching, which I'm assuming I know the answer, but a lot of people seem to think just because there's players for this Jamaica squad that are playing at many different levels and they're just not gelling together. I'm just curious to see what your take on it as why the performance was so poor yesterday.
To just enlighten people on what's going on. As what Josh said, you have players at many different levels, yes, but they are not there. That's the problem because we had no Michael Antonio, no Ethan Pinnock, no Liam Moore, no Leon Bailey. So we pretty much have no one on the team. We had a makeshift team that it's a combined makeshift because in the midfield you had Speedy Williams that plays in the USL. You have a guy named Aka, which is Javon Watson. He's a 37 years old retiree dancehall musician that returns back to play. And then you have Tyreek Magee that he doesn't really get games for Cassiopen, but he's a talented lad, but he's not on the starting level yet. And at the back you have Familia Four of Kemar Lawrence, Damian Lowe, and Mariapa. Mariapa getting older as well. And then you have Alvas Powell. He just found a club with Andre Blake. And up front you had three guys that maybe never played much together because Jamal Lowe, it's the second time he's playing back for Jamaica. He played against USA where he scored. And then you have Kemar Roof. It's the second time he's actually playing, but it's the first time he's playing with some of these guys just the same. So as what you said, it's familiarity, yes, but the coach is not good because the coach just don't do anything good. And you have some of the players are just not good enough. And it's the fact we can't get everyone. So the federation ain't good, the coach ain't good, and some of the players just not good, and the good players just not turning up because the federation stopping them from turning up.
Yeah, and I mean, I watched the match last night, and I mean, the referee decisions were falling your way, but it just didn't seem like you were able to capitalize on it. Lowe very lucky to still be on the pitch for the majority of that match, and it's interesting to see because now we're gonna have the two teams going into it with two very different mindsets. Jamaica coming off a very disappointing result, and Canada coming off a very historical result, a 1-1 draw, obviously at the Azteca, which was incredible. And I just want to get your thoughts on that, JD. What you think of this Canadian team coming into the game against Jamaica?
All right, let me just rally back to what I've said 4 months ago. 4 months ago, I've said any one of these teams, Suriname or Canada, advance, they're going to defeat Haiti and they are going to dominate a lot of teams in the octagonal, and people laughed at me. But they didn't look at the footballing level. They only believe that, oh, these guys are in the little pre-warm-ups coming up to the octagonal, so they couldn't be much threat. But you could have clearly saw that you had two top teams in the octagonal and then everyone else fighting for third and fourth. And if you get consistency with belief from a coach, It can spur you on with world-class players, or a world-class player with a few very good players on the side, believing in the coach. Anything can be possible. So Canada went on and passed Suriname, and then they dominated 80. Obviously, people would say the second leg of 80's game, some of the guys was missing, but whatever, they still pull it off in the first game when they had the guys there. So the guys then forcefully did that, and then the Gold Cup, I think, helped you guys big time. I clearly saw that you guys was definitely the third best team in the region at that point, and I kept saying it. People kept laughing, even top people, and I still turned out to be exactly right. So what I saw from them yesterday, these guys have been growing in confidence every single time, every single game, and I think they believe that they belong here. And once you believe that you belong here, I think your quality will just shine. Our problem is we believe that we belong here, but we just have everything going against us. So it's very tough, man. And Damian Lowe will be missed for this one, even though he never picked up a red card in this game. He's on his second yellow card, so he should not be available for the next game. So that's a big problem. And guys, why it's a big problem? We had selected 23 players, 24, because the federation can't afford more than the 24 at this moment. That's the crisis we are in. Don't know how, don't know why. But after naming 23 players, right, then you have players just saying that they're not coming or whatever. So we have Ethan Pinnock off the list, Mikel Antonio off the list, Liam Moore off the list. Those are the 3 players off the list. So it goes down to like 18 players we have to field in the games. So with Damian Lowe getting that second yellow card, they have to bring in a younger kid, Topi, to come and play with Mariappa. So Mariappa was an older guy with the experience, and now you have him playing with a younger guy. And you have a right back that I don't know what he's doing on the field, but he's just on the field because the manager seems to like him. But I tell you, the guy is a very bad footballer, Alvas Powell. I have to call him in. Very sorry, but he's very bad. Yes. So I am not really happy about this. The only thing I can say is we have in midfield one of the better players from the last set of games, which is Anthony Grant. He's a Chelsea player that went down into Swindon because he's getting older. He's like 34 now, I think. He's going to be back. You get me? So I think he will help out in the defensive midfield side, and we might be a little bit more fluid in midfield. But I don't know if this whole team will hold up, because it looks like it's just an unbalanced thing. I've gotten some breaking news yesterday when the coach saying that he didn't talk to the UK based guys them. The next coach deal with the UK based guys them, and he deals with the local guys them. So that in itself just show that you don't have any team chemistry, because if you don't know Mikel Antonio, how are you the manager of the team if you can't speak to that man? You have to be, no player should be bigger than the team. You should be able to speak with him. And I think that's why he never came, because it's miscommunication. He requested that he has his own physio, him and his club requested that he has his own physio to come and assess him here and stay with him until he returns. And they said that they have already maxed out on the people that they can actually bring in from the UK. The guy said he's going to pay for everything. So how is it he didn't come? I honestly believe they didn't brought him. Mikel Antonio, I think they didn't brought. So you're hearing it first. They actually didn't brought him here. And they actually didn't select him in the end.
And it's just wild. But even you touched on a lot of excellent points. I mean, looking forward back to Herdman at the start of it. I mean, yes, he's building the mentality. He's building everything the right way. And with the world-class talent of Davies, the good pieces, Canada is thriving. But then you go into something a little bit deeper when you're talking about who's available for Jamaica and a lot of different things like that. And it's tough, because we've heard people say you need to bring as many players as you can during these CONCACAF, because COVID is a different weapon in itself. There's injuries, there's cards, and Canada, who brought a 27-man roster, who some people thought they should have gone towards 30, is going to have some of those issues as well. But Jamaica is almost going on another level, considering you might only have 18 players available for this match. And I gave JD a task of putting together a starting 11. I'm going to do that as well. But just to go off of JD's point with all the players who for several reasons didn't make it to this game. Canada's got quite a few as well for 4 different reasons. There's been injuries, and which we knew of ahead of time, as well as 3 players picked up second yellows in the previous match. So it'll be a bit of a depleted Canadian squad as well. Going through the team for you guys, for those who do know, Borjan got replaced by St. Clair because of COVID. So we still have the player in there. Steven Vittoria has now picked up a second yellow and will not be available for this match, which is a big loss, but we do have a decent replacement in there. We have Hutch, who's going to be questionable. We have Laren, who's going to be questionable. Cavallini, who's going to be questionable. We had Tejan Buchanan, who picked up a second yellow, and we had Richie Larea, who picked up a second yellow. So Canada has a bunch of holes as well. I think the difference that we'll get into, JD, is that Canada actually has a little bit more depth. So I mean, missing those 3 players who, when I put my lineup together, you'll see that there's decent replacements for all 3. I don't know if we can say that about Jamaica. So I'm going to throw it back to you, JD, looking at the starting 11. Let's put together your predicted starting 11 for this game tomorrow, because apparently you've been nailing the starting 11. So we're gonna throw it over to you. What's Jamaica's starting 11 for tomorrow?
I honestly believe that you're spot on. It's going to be the battle of the depleted squads. But obviously, Jamaica has way more individuals missing, to be honest, and it's going to definitely be impactful. Because look at this now. This will be the starting level. I think they only have one choice to go back with the 4-2-3-1 system, and in which they are going to go back with Taxi Lawrence, Kemar Taxi Lawrence. He plays in MLS. Most of you guys might know him. You're going to have Mariapa playing on the left, and then you're going to have Topi playing on the right, and then over the next side, he's going to start Albas Powell for some reason I don't know, but he's going to be in it. And then you're going to have Andre Blake in goal, which everyone should know Andre Blake. And then in the 2 double pivots, I think he's going to go with Anthony Grant, the guy from Swindon/Chelsea, and then you're going to use Speedy Williams. He plays in the USL, and I think he's going to change now and put Bobby Reed at cam and take out Maggie, and then use back Shamar Nichols up front, and left and right he's going to go on the left hand side Jamal Lowe, because Jamal Lowe have done nothing wrong to be there, and I think he's going to bring in Kima Roof to play on the right hand side, because I think Roof will be starting this game. You still have other players like Andre Gray there, you know, but for some reason I don't think the coach knows exactly how Andre Gray plays and the quality of the person he has, because he's putting on Javan East and Andre Gray is on the bench. So I just don't know. A Premier League player for a player that don't play professional football, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds like a stronger squad, in my opinion, at least from the midfield upwards. If they go with the lineup you picked, I feel like the midfield's stronger. I feel like the 3 center attacking mids are stronger, and then it's the same striker. It looks like a more tasty Jamaican squad going forward. It's the defensive side of the ball. I think that's going to be the main issue, and I don't think that's any debate.
Yes. I think in the defense side, Damian Lowe, even though I don't consider him as the best Jamaican defender, I think he's capable of putting in the local pride in it and do as much. You understand me?
Yep.
But him not being there, Maps will be Mariapa, I should say, will have too much on his hand to steer a younger individual to come in and really push it over the top. And remember, you have a guy named Albas Powell. Everyone that plays on the right hand side have to secure him and do his job as well. So that in itself just makes it much more difficult. So you're going to bring a young kid in and he has to pick up for someone else. I don't even know how it's going to work. But I can tell you the defense won't be stronger than Canada's defense. I don't believe that, because the team unity from Canada, I think, will surpass us. I'm not the bearer of bad news, Jamaican fans, but you know me, I always try to keep it honest, and that's what I'm seeing right now. And most of the times I'm right, you know? Yeah.
And we're gonna take a look at something, maybe the key matchups after, but like taking a quick look at, I guess, my predicted starting 11, which could go in a variety of different ways. I'm just gonna try to keep it as simple as I can, but I think they're gonna go again with this 4-2-3-1. I thought it looked good against Mexico. I think it'll balance up pretty evenly against Jamaica and kind of put players in situations to just get the better of the Jamaican players. So, and another big reason is we can't really go into the back 3s because, I mean, Victoria's got the suspension. We now don't really have the proper I guess, personnel with the suspension to Larrea as well. So I'm going to see it going with Crepeau in net. No big surprise. Right back, Alistair Johnson. Center back coming in for Victoria will be Daniel Henry. With on the left side, Miller. On the left back, then will be Atakubi, who will come in.
Yeah.
Who's the replacement for Larrea. I mean, that's in my opinion, that's a very completely fine replacement. Atakubi's having a great season in Turkey, and he'll come a natural fit there. The two CDMs will be Eustachio and Mark Anthony Kaye. They may rest Mark Anthony Kaye, maybe throw in Samuel Piet or Liam Fraser, I assume, but they might just stick with it because they did very well. We'll see. The three attacking midfielders on the right coming in for Tajon Buchanan will be Liam Miller. I think that he's kind of on the cuffs right now looking in. It's a good opportunity. He came on, had a good little show there against Mexico, and again, he's probably our best replacement. On the left, I believe they're going to start Davies. I don't think they're going to rest him against Jamaica. If, depending on the game, they may take him off, but it'd be stupid not to start Alphonso Davies, with our center attacking mid being Jonathan Osorio, who obviously had the goal yesterday, and our striker going to be Jonathan David. So that is the way I kind of see it lined up. JD, I don't know if you have any input on that starting 11, or if you're expecting anything else
I
there?
think it's going to be similar. It's going to be a 4-2-3-1 system, because both of us will be using it. And as I said, others could be over that side. And Daniel Henry come in, I think would be the right way, because Daniel Henry, I don't think he's fast enough in a back three to be. Sometimes he gets exposed. So the fact that you put him in a back four, I think that will actually solve a lot of the problems. Mark Anthony Kaye in your double pivot with Eustachio, I think that's where you're going to have most of the enjoyment, because that's where I saw that McKennie last. Oh my God, that guy is good. He was just walking around everyone, and Tyler Adams. These guys are just very good. That's all I can say. They are just next level. And the fact that Canada came up against them and did so well, we have to really give Canada massive respect, because we never needed to be on the same pitch as them, because they were playing different level football.
Yeah, it
was really different level in midfield. We just never had the same midfield as them, and their defense line, we know that they were very good. Zimmerman and Miles Robinson is very good, and Anthony Robinson is exceptional, and Dest, he just could have just played the free license. He was just running, no one stopping him from advancing. So if you're not going to stop your left back from the right back from advancing, it just makes no sense, man. So I think where you're going to have those additional issues, no advantage, I think it's exactly where United States had those advantages. But the big, massive advantage you will have, I think it's with Alphonso Davies, because he is exceptionally good, and we have exceptional problems down that wing. You understand me? So I am really watching, because I think if this guy don't get some card within the first 30 minutes, that means Alphonso Davies ain't playing good, because Alphonso Davies will be going up against Alvas Paul.
Yeah. Please,
coach, if you're watching it, find anyone else and put there except Alvas Paul. Yes, because it's not going to end well. And then we are not going to have enough players to go to the Honduras game. Yes. Yeah. It's very sad.
Yeah, and I agree, and that's, again, going back to the depth. I mean, the three players who picked up those cards, Buchanan's replacement is Liam Miller, who, I mean, I think we're going to miss a little bit of Buchanan's speed going against your fullbacks, but I do think Liam Miller is still a decent replacement to come in. Henry's a like-for-like for Victoria, and Atakubi's a like-for-like for Larrea. And then, again, it's kind of a battle from that, and when you have Alphonso Davies going down on the flanks, causing the troubles he is, I think that's where a lot of the success is going to happen. We even talked about it in the Mexico game. When I was talking with Owen, he said that his fullbacks from the Mexican side were the biggest weakness, and we did exploit that. And I'd say the Mexican fullbacks are a little bit better than the Jamaican fullbacks. So I can imagine.
The Mexican fullback are a little bit better. Oh my God, they are better than at least than Alvas Powell. I'm sure of that. And maybe only Taxi Lawrence can compete with them, but I still believe they're still better than Taxi Lawrence. To be honest, Canada people should start taking them serious. That's all I have to say, guys.
Yeah, no, and I agree. So I guess, JD, to wrap this little preview up here, we're going to go into, I guess, just a quick question for you, expectations and then prediction. What was the Jamaica expectation for this window? What do you realistically think you can get out of this window? And what is your prediction for the score? for the Canada-Jamaica game?
First thing I have to say, the expectations from the actual federation, they said if the coach does not get more than 5 points, he's up for the sack or something like that. And the expectations from me was actually 4 points, because I never expected we to beat the United States. I literally predicted that we are going to lose by 2 goals, and I think it's going to be 3-1, because I thought he would have inject more strikers early. But I forgot that he doesn't make change until they comes off the field. Like, he doesn't make any in-game adjustments until they come off the field and go back into the changing room. I don't know if that's a rule of him. It can't work. You know, it's just weird, guys. You have to watch those games for yourself to realize what I'm saying. So I had that down. For me, my expectation was 4 points, as what I said. Theirs was at least 5 points. For me, I think I'm still giving Canada the edge here, even with the depleted squad. I think a 2-1 loss would have been okay to win, because I truly believe these guys midfield. It's not because I'm in front of Josh, because I talk about Canada maybe more than Josh. And I'm telling you, I think the midfield is actually strong. Not actually, it is way more stronger than us. And the forward line is actually better than United States forward line, because you have Alphonso Davies and David in that forward line. So I can't say anything more. I think 2-1 2-1 loss would actually flatter us. If we get a win out of this, I would be massively surprised. Massively surprised. That would have been one of the shock of the tournament. Guys, I can bet you, if you don't believe me, check the odds before we come into this game. I can bet it's going to be 7-8-1. Just watch. 7-8-1.
No, and very honest, JD, very honest. It's one thing we can always promise from you, is that you'll come on here and you'll speak your open mind. And I agree with everything you said, my man. And looking at the Canadian perspective, I mean, going into the window, knowing that we're going to the Azteca, I mean, a lot of realists said, okay, we may lose that one. And then a 4-point-ish window would have been okay. 5 or 6 would have been good. 7 would have been great. We picked up that 1 away point already. There's a good chance we could win the Jamaica game and the Panama game and walk away from this window with 7 points. That is a phenomenal window in my books. I'd still hope for at least 5 now from this window, if not 7. And going into this, I mean, that was mine. I was saying anywhere between that 5 and 7. 2 wins, 1 draw, or 1 win, 2 draws. I'd have been fine with it. I'm hoping for the 2 wins, 1 draw after that performance, and especially going into that potential Panama game with tired legs, better depth for Canada. You're going to see it come through these 3-game windows. So with that being said, going in, I got the last prediction right. I said 1-1 in front of Owen. He said 2-1 Mexico. So, 1 for Josh. JD's going on Canada's side today, but I need to give a little bit of a different score prediction. So he said 2-1. I'll say 3-1 Canada. They get the job done on the road.
Oh my God! You want the coach to be fired? Yes, but I want the coach to be fired, so I might just go with a 3-1 as well. But because I know I'm running for the prediction king with tactical manager, I'm going to stay with 2-1. I think 2-1. You guys are going to score 2 goals. I truly believe so. So I'm going to say 2-1.
2-1 and 3-1. JD, awesome, my man. Well, I really appreciate you coming on here today for the match preview. If you want to give a little shout out where to find you guys, for anyone who wants to check out JD's channel, you could give a go right now, and we'll wrap this thing up.
All right, guys. So it's JD, and my channel is iMAXit Football. You guys can just come over there. I think Josh should put the link there so you can actually find me. But it's iMAXit Football. It's not hard to find. Once you type it in, you're going to find it. All right. Thanks for having me, Josh, and massive respect to the fans.
Not a problem, man. Yep, his link will be in the description, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this match preview. If you did, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you guys are new, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care, friends.